Why is interior styling so difficult? I always put two types of people when it comes to styling. There are the faffers, and then there are the more technical minded people. The faffers are the people who naturally style. They are the people who are out there teaching interior styling courses. They're the people who just walk into a room and they're like, no, 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 let's just fix this up. They are the people who are natural stylists. They don't know how to explain what they're doing. They feel it because what's happening inside them is they know, because of their muscle memory of composition building, they know how to make something look right. For the rest of us who are not faffers, this just seems like voodoo. It's just like, how do you do that? And what is it that, like, how do you know that that would look good? Or how do you know that, you should just take that one thing away and it would make everything go perfect? Well, the good news is styling can be learnt. And most of the time, and I think what I found frustrating, because I was the person who is not a natural faffer and I'm not a natural stylist, in the same way that I was not a natural architect or a natural interior designer, and I'm definitely not a natural interior stylist. However, I've learnt all of these things, and I've learnt them all very well because I had to break it down in a way to understand it in my technical brain in a way that no one else could explain it. And this is why I know I'm a good teacher when it comes to explaining something that most people find really easy to do and then think it's easy to explain, but then don't explain it very well. I found it so frustrating when I can tell you, if there's an interior styling course on this planet, I've done it. I've done at least 20 of them. And although I enjoyed them, that's not to say I didn't enjoy them. Although I enjoyed them, I didn't learn anything because the people teaching interior styling are natural stylists. They don't know the science behind what they're doing. They just do it. One of the most famous examples I have is a very, very famous interior designer who I've loved for many, many years. And I never found it more frustrating than doing her course. It wasn't even a course back then. It was just like I think she just posted on Facebook. And it was like her advice on styling was literally this: get all the samples and, create this idea, then look at it, like create the style, and then come back to it in a few days and then play around with it again. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean play around with it? It meant nothing to me. What she means, and what I now know she meant, was you're creating a composition. What styling is at the core is a three-dimensional composition, in the same way that an artwork is a 2D composition. So we as interior designers work in 3D space. And a stylist will naturally be able to move through a space and experience these things because they know where the focal point is for them. For us who haven't been trained or haven't done this a million times, we don't know where to look. We're looking everywhere and we want to take it all in. But a stylist they know what they're looking for because they've trained themselves naturally, because that's what they were interested in. So they would train themselves, and they've got what I'd say is this kind of composition muscle memory. They've built it up. You know how they always say that, in order to be an expert at something, you need 10,000 hours. These people have gotten their 10,000 hours just by faffing about. It's the one thing that they've been doing. And they didn't even realize that they were doing it because they were creating compositions the whole time. And this is, from somebody who's trained in architecture, where it's seen as a failure to have items on the shelf because, oh dear, your architecture's failed if you, heaven forbid, have a vase on the mantelpiece. It's one of these kind of things that I was taught are really bad. But in fact, obviously, as I moved into interior design and I realized how much I actually prefer having the vase rather than not having the vase, and there is a time and place for everything, whereas the mantle can be the architectural centerpiece or the vase can be the architectural centerpiece. But when I was learning that, I was told that it was bad to have stuff. But actually, we're humans. We need stuff around us, and these things give us meaning. And this is why we all are drawn to places that, have cultural like memory or experience. We like homes that are warm, even if they are contemporary. We still want that warmth there. So we're human. We need these things, So separating from the architectural memory or teaching that I received my whole life, where stuff equals failure, there's this other mentality that I had to learn, which was, we're going to have stuff, so let's make it look great. And the faffers are the people who have already been doing that. And so they've got their 10,000 hours of faffing about and creating these compositions. And they've mastered it. The thing is they don't know how they've mastered it. They just know it looks good and they don't know the science behind it. So that's why I wrote a course on how to literally break down what interior styling is into the pieces that the rest of us can understand. I know the science behind it, but there's also the art behind it. And this is the beauty of interior styling. This is what makes it so difficult, because most of the faffers only see the art. So what they're explaining to you is the arty side of it. Oh, well, you need to have like some texture in there and then add some height and some variety. Yes, these are not only the rules of design, but like interior design. These are the same rules. So things like composition, scale, alignment, rhythm, triangulation, all of those kind of rules of design, they're the same thing. They're the arty side. But then there's also the scientific side. And this is the part no one really speaks about. And it's the science behind what we're creating. Because there's visual, there's focal, then there's also the things that people don't mention, and it's the mathematics. This is the part I find really interesting. It's because what is the difference between something that's beautiful and not? Well, we're actually trained by nature because of the golden mean. So there's something in nature called the golden section. I've got an old video now about this. And it helps you understand beauty in nature because there is a rhythm, there's a science, there's a mathematical correlation or relationship between things that naturally help us, or they make us as humans know that that is beautiful and that is not. And so this science behind what we're naturally attracted to as interior designers or as humans even, is the part that's missing to a lot of the explanations behind styling and how we learn to style. So if you want to understand styling in this way, from a scientific as well as artistic combination, and if you're one of those people who has never understood styling and actually want to be able to understand it, I finally figured out a way to teach interior styling in a very step-by-step way, which makes it clear. If I can learn interior styling, you can learn interior styling. And I can promise you that I was not a natural stylist. And now I can walk into a room and I can pick it straight away, just like those people who naturally faffed about. And if you're a faffer, so if you're one of those people, one of the natural people who just naturally walks into a room and knows what's wrong with it, and you could fix it within 3 seconds. If you want to know the science behind your thinking and what you're doing, also, I think you should check out our styling course, because that will finally give you a reason or a way to explain what it is that you're doing with a little bit of evidence behind it. So have a look at our styling course. I think you'll love it. And finally, be able to, if you haven't been a stylist, become an interior designer who has this skill of styling, which is absolutely essential. And then if you are one of those natural stylists, you'll finally have the confidence to be able to say what it is that you're doing just naturally.